Ladies and gentlemen, Wybot is back. Thank you and for being patient for my little break there, people. I've been very, very busy. I don't know how many videos you're going to get from me this week. I know I'm saying that a lot, but I have been busy. I've got my girlfriend staying with me for another week or so, so you'll probably get a couple more videos. But I had to get this one done because this was playing on my mind a couple of days ago, and this game I got last Saturday, and it's appropriate for the subject at hand. Teabagging. The history of it. Now, you're probably wondering, why about hitting the hard subjects here, mate? You're going, no puns intended, balls to the wall. What are you going on about teabagging? Well, look, now, teabagging, I always thought was, was in most video games. But believe it or not, it's actually, Halo is where teabagging really took off when it came to video games. And so, I looked up on Google, and I found this thing called the Ball Report, the history of teabagging. It was done on August 5th, 2015. And it goes into all sorts of things where it's talking about, where the word teabagging came from, what's it's all about. Look, Pete, I'm going to do my best to link this article in the description because it is hilarious. And they basically got the idea, the name teabagging from a guy who was called a director who in 2009 was interviewed. And he was basically talking about how he came across, what he saw was teabagging in a gay strip joint, where the male performer, for tips, would bang his scrotum against the patrons' foreheads. Okay, testicles or scrotum, whatever you want to say. And you can see it, believe it or not, in the 1998 movie Pecker. Yep, very appropriate name for a movie. But anyway, it goes on to talking about the whole teabagging thing from in multiplayer, So in the early gaming days in arcades, you couldn't teabag anybody like that. But then it went on to multiplayer games. So it's pretty interesting. It gets very, very funny here. And I'll read you one paragraph when it comes right. And you'll see me being teabagged in a minute. But anyway, guys, the second essential ingredient for the rise of teabagging came with the release of Halo. Bungie's release, incredibly influential Xbox One shooter, brought the console demographic, as you'll see me get teabagged. And I got teabagged. I think I got teabagged. Did I get teabagged there? Yeah, I get teabagged. It's coming up anyway. Brought console demographic into the world of online first-person shooting. A typically younger, less technologically savvy group brought a level of immaturity to the battlefield. In other words, you get beaten, you get teabagged. And we've all seen it before. And it can be used as a tactic, but you got to see the why I get teabagged. And at first, I don't really give a shit about it, but Halo is where the teabagging's taken off. So it's apocryphal who the first person was to teabagging games. So we don't know who the first person was to do it. We don't know who they were. But it just pretty much is crouching shooting. It's going on to about that. And it's talking about how people actually have done it. So it goes on to say that in Halo you can bob up and down and several times. Secondly, it looks funny, right? So as you're about to see in a minute. So we all know what a teabag is. That's the teabag. Okay, that's a classic Halo teabag. But so it's just giving you a rundown history on that stuff. But then it goes, by the time Halo 2 came out, teabagging was here to stay. When you were killed, the game took several seconds lingering over your dead body before respawning you, knowing that the players couldn't see and blah, blah, blah. They were teabagging you. Developers did nothing to discourage the behaviour either. By Halo 3, this is where it gets funny, Bungie had even coded in dead reflexes that would make the head of the teabag bob up and down to the rhythm of the crouching. I never played much Halo 3 online, but if they did that, that is fucking funny. So it just went on to different, they went on to, Call of Duty and so forth, misconduct, and it links a video where it has the Halo 3 teabag montage. And in addition to teabagging, crossed back over to the virtual world to the real one. So this is where it gets interesting, people. This is where teabagging went wrong. Yes, that should be a title itself as I can fall off the map. So, in 2008, an elementary school in Asbury Park, New Jersey, had to write bullying policy after kids started teabagging each other on the playground. And wait for it. And an Alabama man was sentenced to 2 years in jail for teabagging another man in a restaurant against his will. I'll try the link. I was in tears reading that. So, this is... And you start to think, this is crazy. Like, this can't be true. But then, look how many kids are doing the Fortnite dancing. Look how many kids are doing that, man. Like, it's just out of control, peeps. It really is. So, you've got teabagging in real life. So, I think, the game developers have moved on from the teabagging thing. And with Fortnite, they've gone, well, the best way to have a go at someone, and it's in Destiny as well, is to, we'll get them to do a funky little dance instead of the teabag, because kids are going to love this game. And what if they do? We don't want them to have the same problem as Bungie did. So, I don't know, props for them for doing that, but you're about to see one hell of an epic. Look at that teabag there now. That's a hardcore Halo teabag. You know the controller was making noise in the microphone then when he did that. I was laughing. Shout out to my teammate. Good teabag. Epic. Love it. The history of teabagging has basically come from the Halo genre. I sort of knew that. In Halo 4, they had a special weapon mod or ability camouflage where you could go and teabag your enemy, and it's a hologram. And you can get that teabag directly onto the person's head. And I myself used it back in the day in Halo 4, and guess what, peeps? It got a few people distracted. I've seen the teabag used at the Sydney ESL Championship tryouts, and it, to get the other player in range and not concentrate on the mission at hand, i.e. win the game, go after that play. So it can be used as a tactic. It also can be used as trolls. Now, I don't know if you can teabag in Overwatch, apparently. I've seen it definitely a bit in Battlefield 4, yes, and in Destiny. In Gears of War, this is the interesting one. It's, like you're dancing on somebody's head, but also at the end of the match, you sometimes put a pistol in the air if you're beaten, particularly in 1v1s and stuff like that. It's just the way things are. I've only teabagged a few people who really pissed me off or thought they were great, and that was it. I didn't teabag this bloke because I was laughing so much. I started off well in this game, but isn't it interesting to know the history of teabagging, and it came from Halo. I don't know. I just have to make this video, Peter, because very appropriate video. I did well in this game, but like the teabagging, the whole thing, and that's why it made me think about these memes and these dancing memes, which you'll see in. Look at that miss. Look at, oh my god, bum punch. Memes in Fortnite and definitely in Destiny 2, because believe it or not, Bungie, who started Destiny 2, they don't want the teabagging coming back. They don't want people who don't play games regularly to have their game remembered as this is where the teabagging montages came from, or trollers went nuts. A lot of old trolls back in the day, or troll, YouTube channels, they start off with Halo. Halo 3 was big. I never really played it online. This guy, Dave K, of course. Kaboom. And look, peeps, it's just interesting to see that. It's just to read that history, the Ball report on Google about teabagging. It's the second or third article down. I read it on my phone. I couldn't believe it. And it's like, so it just goes to show you that teabagging is made onto Google. It's up there. I mean, it gets the epic teabag as well. And it's the rite of passage from Halo. I think if you play multiplayer games, you've got to learn to be teabagged or to teabag back. You have to do it every now and then. It is the type of bravado. It's what happens. And, I've had it on Titanfall 2, trust me, big time Titanfall 2, particularly by a Titan. That's a more epic one. If a Titan teabags you, that's unreal. I've seen a helicopter teabag several dead bodies flying up and down the top of them. I'm pretty sure you can say it was a helicopter teabag. I didn't record at the time. So you know what? There are epic and very imaginative different types of teabagging when it comes to video games. But I think it's just hilarious. I've never seen Mass Effect, by the way. But I've definitely seen it in COD. Call of Duty for sure. Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Ghost. I've seen it all. But Halo is where it really took off. And it's, it's probably here to stay. As long as Halo is being played, teabagging will be in there. And so I don't know if that's one of the best things that Halo want to be remembered for, but I don't think that was Bungie's intent. Well, actually it was, if you read what that article said, was getting the ragdoll effect to bob up his heads up and down while you're jumping down on it. You teabagging. I think it's hilarious. So tell me if you teabag, or if you often teabag for a tactical reason or for shits and giggles. I know a lot of you say just for shits and giggles, but frag a tab, but good to those that own you. Catch your mofos on the battlefield. If you enjoyed this video, please smack the like. If you haven't subbed, please sub with notifications on. Follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, and I'll catch you mofos on the battlefield. Next couple of videos, I'll see how things go. I might try and go back to Gears of War. I'm not too sure. I might try some more Halo videos. I've definitely got some Destiny stuff. But this is me signing off and saying thank you for being patient. More videos on the way home for next week. Take care. Catch you mofos later.